Sports Pregame Show, brought to you by Kia.
Hello, everybody. Ernie Johnson here. I'm joined by Kenny the Jet Smith and Dr. Shaquille O'Neal. Welcome to the NBA on 2K Sport. Tonight's broadcast will feature the Phoenix Suns as they go up against the Houston Rockets. For Houston, they come in off a win in their last outing against the Spurs at AT&T Center. That game was a real shootout. They'd like to keep their scoring up, but get a few more stops, too. And you know, the shots will be dropping tonight with James Harden on the floor. What makes him so hard to guard, Shaq?
Well, you know, I've never been a shooter, but I've played with a lot of shooters and I've studied their shots. I am a doctor, Ernie. So in analyzing his shot, he has a very controlled release no matter how many hands are in his face. As soon as he crosses half court, he's a threat to pull up.
Ernie.
Shaq the Quack.
Ernie.
I like that one, Ernie.
What am I doing?
You're doing that James Harden thing.
I'm stirring the pot, baby.
Yeah.
I'm stirring the pot, baby. I'm stirring it. But the moment he gets you off balance, he puts you on that island, and then it's over, and it's over. This guy has an unbelievable knack to score. One of the best in the business that I've seen in a long time.
And he got that crazy Euro step.
Oh, the Euro.
I mean, that thing looks like a travel a lot of times.
No, it is. It's not a Euro step. It's a travel step. It's a vacation step.
Oh, okay.
It's a Euro vacation.
Yes.
Yeah, that's pretty funny.
I thought you were talking about his beard.
What does this mean?
He's on an island. He's stirring the pot. Whatever he's doing.
Whatever it means.
He's doing it.
Got it.
He's doing it.
Hey.
Got you on that island.
Kevin Harlan, you see us
Couldn't
doing
guard
this?
you.
You see us doing this? Looks pretty stupid, doesn't it? Yeah. Back to you.
That's what that means for real?
Looking for a win against a Western Conference rival. The Houston Rockets are getting ready for this thing to get started. Well, the holidays always bring us some incredible NBA action. That's certainly what we have in store for us today. With Greg Anthony and Chris Webber, this is Kevin Harlan. David Aldridge will be reporting from the sideline. With that road trip behind them, the Suns ready to perform in front of their hometown fans here in Phoenix. They know this is the type of game they need to win if they're going to take the next step, facing a closely ranked team. No clear underdogs based on the tail of the tape.
Kevin, I'll tell you what, they've actually been terrific on their home court, and they're starting another homestand here today.
The Rockets win the tip. A look at the opening lineup for the Houston Rockets. Beverly and Harden are the 1 and the 2. Anderson is out there with Nene, and it's Brewer in at the 3 slot. Now, here is Harden. Fires the 3. Bender with the rebound. And we see the growth of the three-point shooting big man, the stretch 4, if you will. Ryan Anderson was at the forefront, it seems, of that movement.
Yeah, especially at his volume of threes. He's never been just a secondary floor spacer. He's a go-to scoring threat with his outside shooting.
The Suns shooting their first shots from the free throw line tonight. That free throw missing.
And really, Prez is never satisfied with himself, always looking to work on his weaknesses.
And he sinks the second. And you just love the chemistry of orange juice on and off the court. I mean, look at the outfits they came into the arena with today.
Those get-ups needed to come with a brightness knob. I thought they were going to blind someone with those colors they had on.
Now, here's Beverly. Here's Brewer. That one a tad offline to the right, but drops in for him. Young with the ball. Booker outside. To the middle. Ball's knocked loose. And Anderson kicks to Nene. And Nene slams it in.
And that's how you make a steal count. Turn it into a quick slam at the other end.
It was really a case, it looked like Greg Anthony right there, if I can say so. It was really a case of a great defensive play triggering some instant offense.
Oh, well, that's because it was terrific anticipation. Also, the quick hands, a lethal combination.
Brewer with the steal. Bender dishes to Prez, and he drops it in from the low post.
And Prez scores from anywhere, inside, outside. This guy does it all.
Now Harden. Last game we saw him score 32. Anderson passes to Harden. It's stolen by Prez. Down low. Here's Young. Now the feed to Prez.
Now, by this point, we all know the approach the Houston Rockets front office has taken to assemble a team. It's made for some great years for Houston, but they have yet to turn the corner.
He shot 2 free throws in the game, made 1 and missed 1. That one is off. And the second free throw, good.
Let's go. Keep the head in it. Stay loose. Stay loose.
Just about 2 minutes into the game, first quarter of basketball. And Beverly kicks to Nene. He feeds it to Anderson. Pass to Harden. And Anderson has it in the corner. This one for 3. Another miss by Houston. And for the approach of the Rockets, a lot of it is looking for shots that are of high value, namely threes and free throws.
Well, most importantly, the players have bought in and embraced the approach. Not many players will be against the high-powered offense that gets up and down the floor.
Here is Harden following the basket by Justice Young. Beverly wide open. It's good. The assist that time from Harden.
And what confidence from Beverly squaring himself up as the pass was coming his way, so he was ready to fire.
Prez dishes to Bender. Some solid defense there by Nene. On the sideline, let's catch up with Hall of Famer David Aldridge.
Thank you, Kevin. Well, earlier I spoke with Mike D'Antoni. He said even though this was their first meeting of the year, he did not expect there to be a feeling out period between these teams. He said, we have a group of guys who can score and do it in a hurry. We're going to go right at them and test their defense early on. Looks like they're in attack mode, Kevin. Back to you.
Thanks for filling us in there, David. Getting their offense sorted out is the priority here, guys.
And that's what typically drives them. So no big surprise there. They'll be expending most of their energy at the offensive end.
True, and it'll be interesting to see which sets they run. I mean, over the course of the game, because they have the talent and versatility to go in a number of ways.
There's a good screen. Let's go. Misses off the left iron.
I didn't see that miss coming. I mean, he's usually been money from that range.
Back to Young. To the left wing. The 3. The offensive rebound. Prez passes to Tucker. He kicks it to Prez. Nice ball movement by Pheonix. Bender. And foul called as he misses. He'll go to the line and shoot 2. It's on Nene.
And Bender is very skilled at drawing defenders into him. A gigantic player who feasts off of contact.
So neither attempt will fall that time for him.
Absolutely stone cold at the line thus far.
Harden missing again. Suns trail by 3. Guys are looking for a spark here.
Yeah, a cold stretch offensively for sure.
Yep, counts. Prez has got 6.
I mean, you can't guard this guy. Prez is getting whatever.
Wake up out there. Come on. Harden is exposing us, fellas. He is breaking down our defense. He's wreaking all kinds of havoc on the perimeter. Do not let him get to the hole. Match his aggression and double team him when he drives to the hoop. No easy buckets now, all right? We got this.
For Anderson. Chris, you had a lengthy career that spanned a decade and a half. In all your years as a player, who was the biggest trash talker that you either played with or against?
Well, I'll tell you what, Larry Bird was a big trash talker. I got a chance to play with him in Dream Team and other basketball-type settings. He was one of them. We also got to go with my man GP, Gary Payton. He was a big trash talker, and I'd probably have to go with my man Larry Bird or GP, Gary Payton, 6'4" GP. I was on the plane with him one time, and he was talking trash in his sleep. So, Gary's somewhere talking right now, playing the game. So, yeah, that's Gary's style. He's the biggest trash talker I've ever met.
Chris, in the NBA now, there are a great deal of power to take bits and pieces of your game and add it to their own. But when you grew up, who did you model your game after?
Oh, wow. Well, growing up, it's very simple. My favorite players are the players that I modeled my game after. As a big fella, I wanted to be a ball handler, and so the best ball handler was Isaiah Thomas. I wanted to be a great passer, so I looked at Magic and Larry Bird for those areas. I wanted to score, and so I looked at Larry Bird and Dominique in those areas. Hakeem Olajuwon, Charles Barkley. That's the great part about basketball. We see greats today, but they wouldn't be as great as they are if it was not for the generation that came before them. Why? Yeah. Because you kind of know and you have a bar that you want to set, and it's hard to know how much to challenge yourself until you see that bar. And so guys setting the bar, setting those expectations, setting those goals allows for guys to work on their game and get better. So, just thinking 20 years, what will guys be doing out there with the generation that we have now out there setting the table for them?
Great perspective. There's a lot of former players now in coaching in the NBA. And let's say you had to assemble a pickup squad from the head coaching ranks. Who are we talking about here?
Oh, man, that's a great question. I'm going with Jason Kidd, Tyrone Lue, Steve Kerr,
yes,
Earl Watson. How about Luke Walton?
Yes.
And
no easy buckets now. Hustle up. Our effort on Harden is not good enough, gentlemen. Do not tune this out again.
Off the floor, easily to contest.
Suns trail by 6, so on the floor for Houston. Beverly and Harden are the 1 and the 2. Nene is out there with Ryan Anderson, and it's Brewer in at the 3. And with Capella in his movement, you also like what it does for him in transition.
Don't forget, Capella has that deceptive limp, too. You don't think he can take off from that far out and get a shot. But all of a sudden, boom, he's dunking right there on your dome or throwing your shot out to the 3rd row for a souvenir for some kid to take home.
And that's one way to extend the lead. Continue to light it up from long range. They have all the confidence in the...
Now, here's Tucker. 11 points for him in that last game against the Timberwolves in Minneapolis. And it's going to be 2 free throws. Drew contact on the shot. Now with this break, let's check out just how the rebounding has been divided up in this game between the front and backcourt for the Suns.
And their guards have been very active on the glass. In a game like this, that really could go either way. Extra possessions can make all the difference in the world. You like the way they're getting it done here by committee.
That free throw good from Prez. And so he hits both. Houston leading by 6. And here in the second with about a minute and a half gone by. And here's Harden. He has 5. On the wing, Brewer. 5 to shoot. A three-pointer, no good.
And even without that 3-ball dropping for him, the defense should have done more on that last play.
And on our sideline, our reporter, David Aldridge.
Thank you, Kevin. Well, Prez in their last game against the Timberwolves, he made some excellent plays. He picked up 12 points and played tremendous defense as well, really causing havoc on both ends of the floor. He performed really well, and I could see his role expanding if he continues to make that kind of impact, Kevin.
All right. right, thank you, David. Well, what do you guys think? Does that kind of big performance energize a player in his next game?
Guys, it's tricky, because when you work as hard as he did in that game, you tend to be a little worn down. But on the other hand, he also has to be feeling terrific in terms of the confidence about the state of his game.
You're exactly right. We'll see if his adrenaline is still pumping. I suspect he's excited and will try to match or even exceed what he did last time out.
And good that time. And it's 7 points for James Harden.
Oh, that's just the confidence Harden has in himself. I mean, ready to fire as soon as he receives the pass.
And Tucker kicks to Young. Some nice ball movement here by the Suns. No good from Booker. Houston leading by 5. Over in the corner, Beverly. Misses the 3. Phoenix has gone 1 of 3 from way outside since the start of the second quarter. Booker in the corner. Here's Bender. That one falls. His second basket of the game. He's now 2 for 3.
Can't do much to combat Bender when he's that close inside. He's just too long and too good in the paint.
And Beverly kicks to Pruitt to the right side. Knocked away.
Yeah, that one put him over the limit, and it's so early that if they're not careful, this could turn into a parade at the free throw line.
And the first one drops. Both free throws good from Booker.
We've seen it time and time again. Marksmanship from the line.
Beverly dishes to Anderson. There's the pick. Pass to Harden. Kicks it to Beverly. 6 on the shot clock. Young with the steal. And now Young running the floor.
Watch out. Watch out.
How about the sharp steal and then run out? It looks like they're ready to put the hammer down.
Well, we've been waiting for one of these teams, Greg, to pull away. Maybe that'll be a springboard for them.
Well, guys, if you're the other team, you now have to find a way to answer back. Can't afford to give up too much momentum.
And the highlight reel replay brought to you by Kia. Good stuff on that Kia Slam Cam.
You can just see the passion and love with which he plays the game. You see how he prepares, the work ethic, the way he interacts with his teammates. And when he hits the floor, it's all about the game.
Get this break in the action. Let's find out which rookies have been lighting it up from downtown this month. Justice Young is second.
Coming into the NBA, you knew he could stroke it from long range. And over the past month, he's shown us exactly that.
Free throw good. Bender.
And Bender's one of those guys just oozing with potential. A big man who runs the floor well and uses his size down close to the basket.
Nice. Tying it up, though a little disappointed that he couldn't give him the lead.
And the ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by Beverly. Now we get a chance to check out the standings out west. Already we're in December. You look at the Rockets. Right now they've compiled the 6th best record in the conference. And of course the Suns. They find themselves in the 7th spot.
And I think for the Suns, seeing them where they are now, it's easy to forget just how awful they were a season ago. This is a team that's made major strides to lift themselves into the middle of the pack.
What a difference a season can make. These guys clearly believe in one another and found a way to turn things around and become a respectable team this season.
For Phoenix, they've gone 3 of 7 shooting the ball here in the second quarter. For 3, Booker, and the rebound goes to the Rockets. And the call will be against Perez. That'll be his second foul of the game. Phoenix making some changes. Tyson Chandler is checked in for Bender. Warren comes in for P.J. Tucker. And Knight subbed in for Booker. And then for Houston, Clint Capella, he's checked in for Nene. Beasley comes in for Anderson. And Gordon subbed in for Corey Brewer.
And when you take a look at Patrick Beverly, a bit of a late bloomer in that he didn't start his NBA career until he was 24 years old. He played in several leagues in Europe after his college days as a Razorback. He honed his game and won some hardware overseas before deciding to come to the NBA.
Knight kicks to Warren. Back to Knight. Chandler a screen. Fires from deep. Brandon Knight, and that's good. Knight's got 7 points. Guys, what a wild first half this has been.
Wow, back and forth start, that's for sure.
Harden the pass to Gordon. He dishes it to Beasley. Expanding his range, and it's Gordon. That time on the assist by Harden. And it's 9 points for Eric Gordon.
The rapid-fire threes coming from everywhere.
This is a shooter's dream. They are really letting the outside shot fly. And that's a well-placed pass right there, right where his teammate can do something with it.
For Houston, they've gone 6 of 13 so far from the field here in the second quarter. Harden against Knight. Harden kicks to Capella. And you can count it. He'll go to the line with a chance to make it 3.
No, well, you just got to...
And so it's a close game as we wrap up the first half of basketball. Rockets lead by 4. It's time now to go courtside as we send you over to David Aldridge from the sideline. David, take it away.
James, big first half for you. What was the most important thing that got you going?
Just trying to be aggressive, trying to get out early and give a little spark to my teammates. And they followed along. So, it's just a matter of us not turning the ball over and getting stops.
So far, so good. Thanks, James. Back to you, Kevin.
Thank you, David. And we'll be right back after halftime to start the third quarter.
Let's go, gentlemen. We still have one more half. We're letting one guy look like a world beater out there. They're going to keep riding his hot hand unless we can fix our perimeter D. We have got to take away his drive. When he makes his move to the basket, I want us to slide over and bring the double team. Pressure's on them, gentlemen. Make them earn every single point.
Well, both sides have assessed what they need to do over the break in halftime. We'll see now if one can pull out a way here in the third. An exceptional performance from Brandon Knight.
And in terms of points in that first half, he's now at a point where we expect him to perform that way.
Oh, yeah, he's crafty, very difficult to defend one-on-one. We may see more double teams roll his way the second half.
Our second half of basketball, and presented by Gatorade. Let's see who's all fueled up and on the floor to start the third. On the court for the Suns, Booker is the 2 with Tucker at the 3. Prez out there with Bender, and it's Young in at the point. That free throw good from Prez. Both free throws good from Prez.
Let's go.
Houston in the lead.
Keep the energy up.
Okay, well, let's go down to David Aldridge for a report from the sideline.
Well, guys, a lot of Thunder fans still lamenting the trade of James Harden to the Rockets a couple of years ago when he became a superstar. But Harden doesn't. He said recently, "This is beyond my expectations. If I'd stayed in OKC, I'd still be in a good situation, but I don't think the sneaker deal and these other opportunities would have happened." He added, "Look, this is a grind. Every time you lose, you're blamed. For me, it's about continuing to work and focusing on what I can control." Kevin?
He deserves that top billing, DA. Thanks. And for the uninitiated, Mike D'Antoni has a bit of a unique offensive approach. Likes, in fact, Chris, to create a lot of chances for his team by pressing the tempo.
Well, he creates a lot of chances and doesn't mind the early shot. He'll go with the undersized 4 to help push the tempo. It's all about getting easy transition buckets for D'Antoni.
Over in the corner, Beverly. It's good. The assist that time from Harden. Harden's got 5 assists in the game.
And Beverly has wonderful moves and has a great stroke from downtown. Gotta love how he rises up with plenty of confidence.
Prez with the screen for Booker. Passes to Bender. The dish to Prez. And a look at Prez there, just punishing the rim.
Oh, and you love the ferocity that Prez finished that playoff with. No layups for the big fella.
Harden kicks to Beverly. On the wing, Brewer, guarded by Tucker. Nene with the screen on Booker. Harden dishes to Nene. Brewer's shot is off.
Missed there, but still a very impressive start to this half after connecting on 3 straight field goals.
Booker the pass to Prez with the shot. They get it back. Bend it. That shot, no good.
Very slow start so far this half. They're only 1 for 4 so far.
Here's Harden. Anderson wide open. That 3 off the mark. Suns trail by 8. Booker with no one around. Another 3 for Pheonix.
What a passer. You have to commend Prez on how he whips the ball around the floor.
Feeds to Anderson. Anderson can't get that one to fall.
Well, you always want to try to get the points back for your team after getting burned on the other end. But that shot, it wasn't a good shot, and it didn't go for him.
Harden inside the 3-point line, and that one comes up a bit short.
Really surprised he clanked that one. He makes those on the regular.
Prez kicks to Booker. Prez with the screen for Booker. Again, the miss by Booker.
He just looks off in this one. Can't seem to throw it in the ocean.
Ring shot on the way. Harden, that's good. Harden's got 5 points now this quarter.
I mean, and just think about it, Kevin. With Harden, he can score from just about anywhere, even the locker room. I mean, when he's scoring from a number of spots, the D is in for a long day.
Here's Brewer. Out of bounds, Rockets ball as Houston keeps possession.
And checking out the numbers for Young. His last 10 games, 12th in shooting percentage. And he's among the top 20 players in 3-point field goal percentage. He has been locked and loaded from beyond.
Knocks it loose, and the ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by Young. And a brief moment now to see who's atop the NBA scoring-wise. James Harden, number 1.
And all you have to do is point to his name at the top of that list. Does that tell the story well enough or what? What a season.
Second half here. We're just over 3.5 minutes into it. Here's Nene. Good. It's Harden with the assist that time. And now a 9-point Houston lead.
And a big height advantage right there.
That's just a smart play. As soon as he caught the ball with the smaller man on him, he squared up and smoothly knocked that one down.
Tucker dishes to Young. Nice ball movement by Pheonix. And so it looks like the Suns will retain possession here.
And really no choice but to lunge for that pass to make sure it didn't get through.
Great resolve there on defense, allowing nothing easy.
Catching up on the changes for Pheonix. Tyson Chandler, he's checked in for Bender. Warren comes in for P.J. Tucker. And it's Brandon Knight in for Booker. Houston with a big group substitution here. Clint Capella, he's checked in for Nene. Montezumas comes in for Anderson. Gordon's checked in for Corey Brewer. And it's Pablo Prigioni in for Patrick Beverly. Here's Prez. Pheonix, no good that time either.
Another rebound hauled in. They're hitting the glass with a lot of passion. You know, and it seemed like a...
Come on, let's go. We've had our chances on offense, but we need to start capitalizing on them. We cannot settle for contested jumpers when we can get cleaner looks at the basket. Listen, if the defense is playing you tight, pass the ball.
The one big question.
And so in the game for the Rockets, Beverly and Harden are the 1 and the 2. Corey Brewer is out there with Ryan Anderson. Then it's Nene in at the 5. And for Knight, while he can certainly run point in a pinch, you want him out there for his scoring, and Greg, he is free to do just that, playing off the ball.
It's just a role that I think is more suited to his game. Too many turnovers at times when he's just purely playing the point. If you look at his numbers, he is just much more effective as a shooting guard.
Poked away. Here is Harden. Back to Anderson. Anderson can't get that one to fall.
If he can find himself out there, his team will be in fantastic shape to get this win.
And there's the 3-second violation.
You can't afford to be playing that loose right now.
Man, there's no room for careless play like that at this point in the game. Has to be smarter than that.
And the Suns making a change here. Ulis is checked in. And then for Houston, Harrell comes in for Nene. And Decker subbed in for Brewer.
His offense remains mostly absent, but he still has been a team player in helping get them the lead.
The offensive rebound.
Is he trying to get a shoe contract deal? Because he's showing no interest in moving the ball right now. He's trying to make a one-man commercial. He's just content to try to get his points, and that's all. Wow, what a smart play. He recognized the height advantage and went straight to the rack.
Here's Prez. Drills it from outside.
Prez is very aggressive from beyond the arc. He has tons of confidence in his long-range shooting ability.
To the inside. And it's blocked. And it's going to be out of bounds. The Rockets will retain possession. We're just over a minute and a half now into the fourth. Dishes it to Decker. The pass to Anderson. It's good. The assist that time from Harden.
Timely passing leads to assists, and that's been the recipe for success.
Young pass to Prez. Launches a three. Decker with the rebound.
They've shown some strength in the paint today. Their work on the boards has been impressive. And I love the way he uses his size there to make sure he gets that board.
Inside. Out of bounds. Houston takes possession.
And that's just carelessness there. I mean, you have got to have your head in the game.
And the Suns making a change here. Chris is checked in, and the Rockets making a change here as well. McDaniels checked in. The tray. It's rebounded by Prez. Prez has got his fourth rebound in this one. Over to the wing. They set the pick. Pass to Chris. Ulis with it. Inside. Prez, no good.
That's not the type of opportunity he fails to convert very often.
Young against Harden. Anderson a screen on Young. From past the arc. Offensive rebound. Harrell stripped away. And Pheonix pushing it up now. Here's Prez. Off the mark and a bad shot there.
Hard to tell if he's just lacking energy in the second half, but it does not look like he's himself out there.
The assist totals, Kevin, just continue to grow. They're way ahead in that category. Ball movement has been flawless.
Back to Young from deep. And the Suns miss again. For Houston, they've gone 4 of 10 here in the final period. Not the time to go cold. Snatched up. And we may have an injury here that does not look good.
Oh, man, you just hate to see something like that.
Oh, injuries, trust me, an unfortunate part of the game. You know he's got to be frustrated.
For the Rockets, Monte comes in for Ryan. And so it's Houston with it. Outside Gordon. The feed to Capella. Back to Gordon. Houston moving the ball around. Shot clock at 6. He kicks it to Harden. From deep three-point range, but they recover it. Back to Gordon. Nene outside. He feeds it to Harden. Pass to Nene. Back to Harden. So we see the Rockets taking the win here. This crowd was stunned by the manner in which their team was dismantled.
You know what? Shocking. I don't care what the matchup is. You never expect a road team to come in and just cruise to the kind of win they did tonight.
Well, folks, that's going to do it for now. For Chris Webber, Greg Anthony, and David Alders, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for watching. See you next time.
Man, dude, wasn't even close.
Awake with dreams inside of my mind. can see them. I pray that I can reach them. God only knows if I make it out alive. I took the high